Hi, I'm Amy Ramsey, and today I'll be guiding you through a nurture and namaste flow. So go ahead and grab anything you might need, water, roll out your mat, and then meet me on your mat. This is going to be a slow flow vinyasa, focusing on nurturing yourself. So when you're ready, go ahead and come to lay on your back with your feet together to touch and your knees out wide, coming into the reclined bound angle position. Allowing your hands to come down by your sides and closing your eyes or letting them come to a gentle gaze. And just start to check in with your breath. If this is uncomfortable, you can put blocks underneath your knees or your thighs. You can also move your feet in or out, whatever's more comfortable for you. This is supposed to be a very restful and restorative pose, so if it is pretty intense, go ahead and take a modification. And then when you found comfort, just begin to check in with your body. Take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale, sigh it out. Take another deep inhale through your nose and exhale, sigh it out. One more time, deep inhale through your nose, allowing your chest to expand, hold the breath. And then exhale, sigh out any tension, any stress, anything that you came here with that you want to leave. Allow yourself to melt a little more into your mat. Allowing your breath to come back to a normal rhythm. In and out through your nose. Today, our class is all about nurturing. Knowing that you are the person who can most nurture yourself. You know what you need, and you know how you need it. So as I guide you through this practice, if there's something else that would feel better, or a different modification that you'd like to take, or maybe staying in child's pose longer, please honor your body, honor what you need. And then let's go ahead and do a body scan, just becoming conscious of our body. Starting with the crown of your head, seeing where your head's at right now. Not judging whatever comes up. Not labeling it as good or bad, just noticing. And then moving down to your face, to your neck, your throat. Is there any tension? Is there any tightness? And can you release? Moving to your shoulders, where we often carry a lot of our stress. Just see if you can allow them to relax maybe 1 more centimeter down into your mat. And then moving to your chest. Noticing if it feels open, expansive, or maybe a little closed off. Moving to your upper back, checking in. And checking in with your lower back. We often tend to collapse in our lower back and can have a lot of pain there. So just noticing. And moving to your rib cage area and your solar plexus area. Noticing what is there to notice now. Moving down to your abdomen, noticing how that feels. And then to your hips, We also tend to carry a lot of trauma here, and this pose does open our hips. So if any emotions come up, just allow them to be. Offer yourself love, offer yourself nurturing. And then moving to your thighs and your quads, your hamstrings. And then moving to your knees. Our knees can often be a tender spot. So just checking in, offering them some love for all they do. And then moving to your shins and your calves, your ankles and your feet. Allow yourself to be completely aware of how your body feels right now. And then gently place your left hand on your abdomen and your right hand over your heart. We're going to do a 3-part breath. So it'll be a double inhale. So we'll inhale into our stomach, inhale into our chest, and exhale, let it all go. So start inhale into your stomach, allowing your belly to rise. Inhale into your chest, allowing your chest to expand. Exhale, side out. Inhale into your stomach. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, side out. Inhale into your stomach. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, side out. Inhale into your stomach. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, side out. 2 more times. Inhale into your stomach. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, side out. Last time, inhale into your stomach. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, let it go. Allow your hands to come back to your sides. I offer you this affirmation to hold on to throughout your practice and maybe throughout your day. I allow myself to bloom by nurturing my body, my mind, and my spirit. I allow myself to bloom by nurturing my body, my mind, and my spirit. Allowing that to sink in, knowing that you are worth nurturing. And then if you have Ujjayi breath in your practice, you can go ahead and start. Otherwise, if you don't know what Ujjayi is, just staying with your breath, noticing your inhales and your exhales. And then we're gently going to begin to bring the knees into the chest. To gently bringing the knees together, walking your feet towards your hips, and then bringing the knees all the way into the chest, wrapping your arms around them, giving yourself a hug, maybe doing a little rock side to side. And then place your hands on your knees and begin to rotate your knees in one direction, kind of opening up your hips a little more, allowing that tension to dissipate from holding that reclined bound angle pose. Being gentle here, we're just warming up. And then going the opposite way. Staying with your breath. One more time. And then bringing the knees back into the chest. Rock over to your favorite side, coming into the fetal position. You can close your eyes again here. And if it feels good and it's in your practice, setting an intention for yourself today, something you need, something you'd like to nurture yourself with. Breathe into that. Again, knowing that you are worthy to be nurtured, that it's the most selfless thing you can do to fill yourself up first. And then when you're ready, gently pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed or a gentle gaze throughout practice. If it feels comfortable, trying to keep your eyes closed as you go inward, nurturing yourself. Bringing your hands to your knees, beginning to warm up the body. Inhale the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, roll them back down and around. Inhale, shoulders to the ears. Exhale, back down and around. One more time. Inhale your shoulders to the ears. And exhale, back down, allowing any tension to let go. Moving into some seated cat-cows. Inhale, sink your chest forward, looking up, allowing your throat to open. Shoulders stay down and away from the ears. Exhale, round chin to chest, releasing your spine, rounding your back. Inhale, opening, expanding. Exhale, rounding and releasing. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then on your inhale, coming back to neutral. Go ahead and bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Bring your right hand on top of your head. And then tent your left fingers out to the left. You should begin to feel a nice stretch on the side of your neck. And breathe into that area for a moment. Allowing it to release, allowing it to have your attention. And then turning your face to look down, almost as if you're going to smell your armpit. Just seeing the slight difference in that shift. Really breathing into your neck space. And then on your next inhale, gently releasing your head, allowing it to come back to neutral. And we'll go to the opposite side. So left ear to the left shoulder, left hand comes on top of the head, applying just gentle pressure. And then walking the right fingertips out and tenting them. And then breathing into that right side of your neck. Again, if it feels good, closing your eyes, going within, feeling your breath, feeling your neck, feeling your body. And then tilting your face down, looking down. Staying here for one more breath. And then on your next inhale, gently releasing your head and bringing both hands back to your knees as you bring your head back neutral. We're going to start to do some neck circles. Be very gentle, very mindful here. If you feel any pinching, back off. So just bring your right ear to your right shoulder and then begin to rotate your neck in circles. Maybe pausing somewhere that it feels a little more tight. Take one more circle in the same direction that you're going. And then go the opposite way. Again, noticing difference from side to side. Allowing your breath to anchor you to the present moment. One more circle in this direction. And then bringing your neck back to neutral, keeping your hands on your knees. We're going to stir the seat of the soul. So bringing your shoulders all the way around in a circle, opening your hips, almost as if you're doing cat-cows with circles in between them. And these can be big or small circles. You decide what your body needs. They can also be fast or slow, just as long as they're staying with your breath, allowing that to be your guide as well. And then let's go the opposite way. Beginning to sync your movement with your breath. Maybe coming into a bit of a moving meditation. And then on your next inhale, coming back to a neutral spine. Keeping your hands on your knees, closing your eyes. We're going to just do a little bit of eye yoga, nurturing our eyes as well. So with your eyes closed, remembering to breathe, look down, all the way down, as far as you can down, breathing into any tension in your eyes. And then look to the right, all the way to the right, as far as you can to the right. And then look up, all the way up. Remembering to breathe and release. And then look to the left, all the way to the left, as far as you can to the left, feeling that tension, maybe feeling at ease a little bit. And then looking down again. Reversing directions, looking to the bottom left-hand corner. And then the upper left-hand corner. Over to the upper right-hand corner. And the bottom right-hand corner. Begin to make big circles with your eyes in one direction, remembering to breathe. Maybe lingering somewhere it feels a little more tense. And then going the opposite way. Noticing. And then rubbing your hands together, creating a little bit of heat. My hands are often cold, so it takes me a little longer to get some heat going in my hands. But once you have a little bit of heat, gently place the palms of your hands on your eyes, allowing your fingertips to wrap over your head. Applying gentle pressure as you move your eyes left to right, right to left, up and down. Whatever feels good, whatever releases your eyes. Breathing into this. And then gently exhale your hands down and blinking your eyes open. Beautiful. We're going to bring our feet out in front of us. The soles of the feet on the mat, our knees are bent. We're going to start off with warming up our core, becoming more aware of our body and bringing a little heat into our body. So gently place your hands right behind your sit bones. Option one is to just bring your toes to rest on the mat. And when you're here, this is also very active as you inhale and you bring your navel into your spine and you try to keep that lift throughout your chest, shoulders drawn down and back away from the ears. Level 2 is to bring your shins parallel to the mat, keeping your hands behind you for a little support. You don't want any dumping into the low back. We want to be lifted, open, strong through our core. Perfect. Option 3 is to bring your hands alongside your legs. Again, you still want to be opening, lifting as if there was a string pulling you up to the ceiling. Shoulders are not hunched over, they're open, rolled back, broad collarbone. Option to stay here or to straighten your legs. Wherever you're at, remembering to breathe. Feel your body warm up. It's important to warm our bodies before we go into any too deep stretches. so that our muscles, our tendons are a little bit looser, a little more open. Breathing here. Just a couple more breaths. And exhale, gently plant your hands and your feet down. And then we're going to inhale our hips up, coming into a reverse table. This should feel really good on your hip flexors after doing that boat pose. So making sure you're activating your glutes, trying to form a tabletop with the front of your body. Navel is pulled into the spine, pressing out of your shoulders. You can let your head drop back slightly and just release. Beautiful. And then exhale your hips back down. Go ahead and cross your ankles and roll over, coming up into tabletop. In tabletop, make sure you bring your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Knees are hip distance apart, hands are shoulders width apart. Ground down through your fingertips and your knuckles, so you're not dumping into your wrists. And while you're here, why don't we go ahead and lift the left wrist, keeping the knuckles and the fingertips down. And then put it back down and lift the right. And then put it back down, just noticing that difference, trying to ground down through the fingers and the knuckles. Perfect. Now we're going to run through a couple cat-cows here. So inhale, dropping the belly, looking up. Collarbone is broad. Exhale, round, chin to chest, pressing the ground away. Inhale, opening. Exhale, rounding and releasing. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, round and release. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back to your neutral tabletop. Untuck your toes, widen your knees, and sit your hips back onto your heels. Walking your hands out, allowing your forehead to come to the mat, coming into child's pose. If this is difficult, you can bring a pillow or your blocks and make the ground come up to meet you a little bit higher so you don't have to sink as far down. You can also put pillows or blocks behind your thighs, and that will just support you so you don't have to go quite as far and deep into your hips. And then wherever you're at, just allow yourself to rest, knowing that this pose is here for you, to nurture yourself anytime throughout practice when it would feel good, when you want to come back to your breath, when you want to come back to presence. Take one more deep breath here. And on your inhale, gently come back up to tabletop, making sure your toes are tucked in the back, going through a thread the needle pose as we open up our back, our spine, little twist, start the detox working. So inhale the right arm up and exhale, thread it through underneath the left armpit, bringing your right shoulder to the mat and the right side of your head. Option with the left hand is to keep it next to your face, or you can walk it out above your head. And then try to bring your hips back square over your knees as you're gonna kind of want to move towards the left. So bringing those back and then opening through your chest. You should feel a nice stretch here. Remembering to breathe. And then gently plant the left hand underneath your left shoulder. Inhale the right arm up and exhale it back down. Moving to the other side, inhale the left arm up and exhale, thread it through underneath the right armpit, bringing the left shoulder onto the mat, keeping the right hand next to the face, or you can walk it out above your head. And this time, your hips might want to come to the right, so bringing them back to the left, and then twisting open from your torso, from your navel, opening through your chest. And breathing here. Coming back to your affirmation, I allow myself to bloom by nurturing my body, my mind, and my spirit. Gently bring the right hand back underneath the right shoulder and inhale the left arm back up and plant it down on the mat, coming back to tabletop pose. Taking a couple more cat cows. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, opening. And exhale, releasing. And now begin to move organically. This can mean bigger cat cows. Or maybe you'd like to bring some circles in with your hips, maybe your neck. Just allow your body to move, express, feel how it wants to move right now. Giving yourself permission to just let yourself move. Doesn't matter how it looks, matters how it feels. And if you are taking circles, making sure you go the opposite way. Again, allowing your breath to be your guide for how fast or slow you want to go. Just a couple more breaths here, warming up, getting into our bodies. And then on your next inhale, coming back to tabletop. We're going to do a little floating tabletop, still working on activating our core and warming up our body. Sustain as if you were in tabletop, pressing the ground away. Just lift your knees about 1 inch. Tucking the tailbone, drawing the navel into the spine, pressing the ground away with your fingertips. Breathing here for a moment. We won't be here long. And then on your next exhale, gently press back into downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out your feet. Maybe bend one knee and the other. Whatever feels good right now. Again, in downward dog, you want to be pressing through your fingertips and your knuckles so that there's not a ton of weight in the wrists. Allowing your shoulders to open and be broad as your head and neck are completely soft in between them. Engage the quads, lengthen the hamstrings, and engage the navel to the spine. On your next inhale, gently begin to walk your feet forward towards your hands. Bringing your feet hip distance apart, allowing your head and neck to drape over your legs so that your chest is on your thighs. There's a slight bend in your knees. And grab opposite elbows coming into ragdoll. Here in ragdoll, you can do a little bounce or maybe a little sway side to side. Maybe straighten one leg or the other, whatever feels good. Allow yourself to release, allow your back to let go. Feel that beautiful stretch. And then gently release your elbows, and on your next inhale, begin to round up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, allowing your head and neck to come up last. Arms come up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart center. And down by your side. Beautiful. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway, bringing your hands to above your knees, to your shins, your ankles, or the floor, just making sure you have a flat back and the crown of your head is coming forward. And then exhale, plant your hands and walk your feet back to downward facing dog. Taking a few deep breaths here. And that is our first option for for sun salutation A. If you're not feeling vinyasa today, just gently walking your feet back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, again, walking your feet forward towards the front of your mat. This time, your feet and toes can be together to touch. Exhale, forward fold, bending your knees, allowing your head and neck to go. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Hands again can come to the shins, ankles, the floor, or above the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center and down by your side. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your hands and either walk your feet back to downward dog or come into a high plank. Pausing here for just one breath. And then bringing your knees down, chest and chin down. And then inhaling up for cobra. Chest is lifted, heart pointing forward. Exhale, come back through tabletop and up into downward facing dog. That's option 2 for our sun salutation A's. And then we'll go through option 3. And then you'll have a chance to explore whatever one feels best to you right now. So go ahead and inhale, come up high on your tiptoes, bend your knees, and walk to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Optional slight back bend at the top, gazing up at your thumbs. Exhale, hands come through heart center and down by your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping back to either downward facing dog or plank. And here you can either flow through your knees, chest, chin, or if you'd like to do chaturanga, gently shifting forward so you're on your tiptoes, exhaling down, not letting your shoulders come lower than your elbows. Inhale up as you flip your feet as well. Chest is lifted, collarbone is broad. Exhale, roll back into downward facing dog. Taking whatever variation you'd like, all ending in downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths here. And then we'll flow through sun salutation A one more time. And this time do whatever modification, variation sounds good to you. So inhale, come up high on your tiptoes, bend your knees and walk to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Optional slight back bend at the top, gazing up at your thumbs. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And down by your side, moving with our breath, one movement. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your hands and step your feet back, flowing through whatever variation, modification you would like, just moving with your breath. Allowing your breath to be your guide. Beautiful. Again, pausing here. Breathing in downward facing dog, feeling your body begin to warm, to expand. And then inhale, come up high on your tiptoes, bend your knees, and step, hop, walk to the front of your mat, whatever feels good, whatever's safe. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release and fold, bending your knees. Chest on your thighs. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms come up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart center and down by your side. Moving through our balancing portion of this practice. Inhale, sweep your fingertips along the ground or close to, allowing your hips to sink down and back. Arms come up alongside your ears, shoulders still drawing back and away. Coming into chair pose. Beautiful. Staying here for a couple breaths. Bringing your tailbone to tilt down towards the floor as you engage your abdominals, taking away that tilt in the low back. And then gently begin to transfer the weight onto the left foot as you inhale the right knee to the navel and cross it over your left thigh with your right ankle. Sitting the hips back down and bringing your hands to heart center in prayer pose if that feels good. Breathing here, finding your focus point. And then gently inhale the right knee to the navel and exhale, place it back down. Inhale your arms up and exhale, hands come to heart center and down by your side. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, let's sink back into chair pose and let's do the left side. So as you see, there's a couple different ways you can just sink into chair pose, or if it feels better for you to rise up after you sweep the mat. Again, breathing here. Kind of shifting your weight into your heels so that your toes can come up. Engaging your abdomen. And then ask yourself, where's my breath? Allowing it to become deep, full. And then begin to transfer the weight onto the right foot as you inhale the left knee to the navel and then cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Coming into a figure four. Sinking the hips down a little bit more and bringing your hands to heart center. Breathing here. Challenging our balance, challenging our strength. It's also a great way to nurture ourselves. Can we find our breath? Can we find peace? But it is a little challenging. And if you fall out, don't worry. Come back, or if you're done for today, just go ahead and rest in a child's pose. And then gently inhale the left knee back to the navel and exhale it down to meet the right foot. Inhale the arms up and exhale forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, going through your version of a vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Inhaling for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, all come into downward facing dog. Now I'll be coming into the twisting portion of today's practice as we've warmed up our bodies so we can open our spine and detox our inner organs. So bring your toes together to touch. Inhale the right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, round forward, knee to nose. Step the right foot in between your hands. Gently drop the left knee, keeping the left hand planted. Inhale the right arm up. So you're in a twisted low lunge. You scissor the inner thighs together. That gives you a little more stability and allows you to open your chest a little bit more. Breathing here. Allowing your body to open And then gently exhale your right hand back down and bring your right knee back to meet your left. But this time, untucking your toes, winding your knees, and sinking your hips back on top of your heels, coming into child's pose. Allowing your forehead to come to the mat, allowing yourself a rest. Beautiful. Take one more deep breath here. And then gently on your next inhale, rising to tabletop, tucking your toes and shifting your hips back to downward facing dog. Gently bring your toes together to touch. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, round forward, knee to nose. Placing the left foot between your hands, dropping the right knee gently. And then bringing the right hand right underneath your shoulder. Inhale the left arm up. Opening your chest, opening your heart, twisting from your navel. Again, scissoring your inner thighs together to give you more support and more stability. Breathing here. Becoming aware of our body and each moment, each breath, each posture, each flow in between each posture. Becoming more present, more alive. And then gently exhale the left hand back down. Bring the left knee back to meet the right. Again, widening your knees, untucking your toes, and sinking back to child's pose. Finding that balance of strength and rest. Again, if this is hard on your knees, you can also roll your mat to have a little more cushion under your knees. You can set something underneath your thighs on top of your calves to elevate your hips, or something underneath your chest so you don't have to sink quite as far down. And then on your next inhale, rising back to tabletop, tucking your toes and shifting your hips back to downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here, feeling your body, feeling it open, feel it expand. And then bringing your toes together to touch again. Inhale the right leg high to the sky. This time, bend the knee, stack the hip, looking under the right armpit as you come up high on the left toes, trying to keep the shoulders square to the front. And then begin to rotate your right knee in a circle, opening your hip a little, and then the opposite way. And then extend the right leg long behind you again, three-legged dog. Exhale, round forward, knee to nose, setting the right foot in between the hands. Option to flow through what we just did, dropping the left knee. Or inhale up for crescent. So if you're in crescent, you're here, you're on the ball of the back foot. This is a little too much, left hand is planted. And then you're gonna inhale the right arm up, coming into a twist. If you're in crescent, arms are up. Exhale, hands come to heart center and twist to the right, bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh next to your knee. Perfect. And then using your elbow to kind of open you up more, trying to bring your hands to the middle of your chest, to your heart space. Opening your heart as you twist, as you detox, as you breathe. Beautiful. Remembering to breathe. And then gently inhale your arms up And exhale, bring your left heel down, bringing your left foot at a 45-degree angle, keeping that bend in the right knee, coming into warrior two, opening your hips up to the long side of your mat, bringing your arms out, looking out over your right fingertips. Perfect. Gently exhale, straighten the front leg, reach out over your toes, and bring your right hand down, either to right above your knee, your shin, your ankle, the ground, or if you'd like to use a block, stay on the inside of the right leg, and then stacking the left shoulder on top of the right. You can look down for grounding or up for a challenge in our triangle pose. Beautiful. And then gently exhale the left hand down. This is a really good place to have blocks, or if you have thick books. We're going to come into a revolved triangle. Sometimes it's nice to take a little half step up with the left foot. You're going to inhale your right hand up. So we're getting a really good stretch through our right side as we still twist and detox our body. If you need to use a block or a book, it does help elevate you a little so you can twist a little more freely. Breathing here. And then gently exhaling the right hand down to frame your foot. If you are using a block, moving it off to the side, bringing your left hand down, shifting your weight towards your right foot, step your left foot to meet the right. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, then step your feet back, either to downward dog or to plank, and then flow through your vinyasa, either coming down onto your knees or to chaturanga, inhaling for cobra or upward facing dog, all exhaling for downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, and let's take a lion's breath. So inhale deeply through your nose, open mouth, exhale. Let's do that one more time, releasing a little extra heat. Inhale through your nose, and open mouth, exhale. And then come back to your normal breathing in and out through your nose. If you are doing ujjayi, coming back to your ujjayi. And then bring your toes together to touch again. Inhale the left leg high to the sky. Bend the knees, stack the hips right on top of the right hip. And then look under the left armpit as you come up high on the right toes, still squaring your shoulders to the front of the mat. And then begin to rotate your knee one way and the other. And then extend the left leg long behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, round forward, knee to nose, step the left foot through. Again, option to inhale up into crescent or to keep your hands down, drop the right knee, and then inhale the left arm up. Perfect. And then if you're in crescent, arms are up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. As you twist to the left, bringing the right elbow, or eventually you'll get down to the armpit, but bringing that towards the outside of the left thigh. Just on the, you don't want to be pushing on the knee, just right up from it. And then using that elbow to press yourself open and breathe here. Couple more breaths, you're doing great. You're detoxing, you're strengthening, you're building resilience, and you're nurturing yourself. And then on your next inhale, gently come up, and exhale, drop the right heel, right foot's at a 45-degree angle. Open your hips up to the long side of your mat, warrior two. Just pausing here briefly, looking out over your left fingertips. And then exhale, straighten your front leg, reach out over the toes, and bring the left hand down. Again, you can bring it right above the knee, right underneath the knee, maybe your ankle, maybe the floor, maybe the block. And then inhale the right arm up, stacking the right shoulder on top of the left. Really trying to twist open and to keep your hips stacked right above each other is the goal. Lengthening through the left leg, the left hamstring, and sending the weight into the back right hip and right leg. And then gently exhale your right hand down to where your left hand was. Again, it sometimes helps to take a little step with the right foot. This is also a good place again for a block. And then inhale the left arm up, twisting, trying to bring the left hip back. It's gonna wanna stay forward. So bringing that back, inhaling, twisting from the navel and opening through the chest, stacking the left shoulder on top of the right. And breathe. You're doing great. One more deep inhale. And exhale, bring your hand down to frame the front foot. Begin to transfer your weight onto your hands and the left foot as you step the right foot to meet the left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, bend the knees, sit all the way down. Perfect. You've made it through the more challenging, strengthening part. And now we're going to come into some yin style poses to reset your nervous system, to open you, and to nurture you. So go ahead and place both legs long. Toes are pointed back towards your face. And then bring the right knee, bend it, and bring it kind of into the chest. The right sole of the foot is planted. And then bring the right sole of the foot onto the outside of the left thigh. Wrap the right knee with the left hand and place the right hand right behind your sit bones. Inhale, lengthen, open your chest. Exhale, begin to twist towards the right, first from your navel. Breathing here. Allowing this twist to detox you, to activate your parasympathetic nervous system so that you're not in fight or flight, that you're relaxed, that you're present. And then gently inhale, untwist. We'll move to the other side, so bringing the right leg long, and then bending the left foot, setting it on the outside of the right knee, using the right hand to wrap the left knee into the chest, setting the left hand right beneath you. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, twist to the left. The right foot is still flexed, toes back towards your face. Remembering to breathe. Again, you can close your eyes and go inside. Come back to whatever your intention was, what you need to nurture yourself. And then on your next exhale, gently twisting back forward and bringing the left foot along next to the right. This time we're gonna bend the right knee and the left, and then thread the left leg underneath the right. If this is too much, just doing what we did before. And then you can set the right foot on the outside of the left knee, wrapping the right knee in with your left hand, planting the right hand behind you, and twisting to the right. Remembering to breathe. Allow yourself to relax. Allowing your inner organs to have a massage here. And then when we untwist, new blood gets released, and this cleanses our inner organs, helping with our digestion, helping with really everything. And then gently exhale back forward. But instead of unwinding, we're going to walk the right foot back as we bring the right knee on top of the left. If this is too much, stay here and just wrap your arms around your leg. So you're kind of moving more into the right hip. Otherwise, we're coming into Gomukhasana, or cow face pose. So the feet are closer into the thighs to make this a little less intense, or if you need a little more, you can begin to walk your feet out. Inhale your arms up and exhale them down in front of you and begin to walk your hands out. Allowing your chin to come to your chest and releasing. Breathing into your right hip, breathing into your back. Coming back to your affirmation, I allow myself to bloom by nurturing myself, by nurturing my body, my mind, and my spirit. Your hands can be out long, they can be closer, they can be behind. Whatever feels better for you here. There's no right or wrong. Take one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, walking your hands back up. Gently untwisting your legs, planting both feet back on the mat. Both knees are still bent. This time we're going to thread the right leg underneath the left and bring the left foot just on the outside of the right knee. You can bring it in a little closer if that feels good. Just play around with it. And then wrapping the left knee with your right arm, planting the left hand behind you, inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, twisting, looking behind you. Remembering to breathe. Hugging that knee in close, giving yourself a little hug, knowing that you deserve it. And then on your next exhale, gently twisting back, untwisting, and then bringing the left knee on top of the right. Inhale your arms up, expand, make space. Exhale your hands down and begin to walk them out. When you found your edge, allowing your chin to come to your chest, allowing yourself to relax and allowing yourself to breathe. Breathing deeply. Allowing yourself to rest, even if it's a little uncomfortable. And finding your edge. If you've gone a little too far, you can back out. There's no right or wrong. You don't have to be so deep or not. It doesn't matter. It matters that we're beginning to feel our body. We're beginning to honor our body, beginning to connect with our mind, realizing we're not controlled by our mind. That the thoughts that come up are our thoughts, and we can decide if that's what we want to continue to perpetuate or if we want to change the story. So while these practices are nurturing, they're also incredibly empowering. Allowing yourself to remember that you are the creator of your reality. On your next inhale, begin to walk your hands up. Unwind your legs again. Bringing your feet onto the mat. Knees are still bent. Place your hands behind you. Let's just do a couple windshield wipers, kind of releasing some of that tension, being gentle. This can be fast, slow, whatever feels good. We're almost to Savasana. You've done great. Coming back to stillness, shift your hips towards your heels and lay all the way down onto your back. We're going to take one bridge pose before we release into our Savasana. Coming into a counter pose for some of those forward folds. So making sure you can just at least brush your ankles with your hands, press your palms down into the mat. Inhale your hips up. Breathing here, engaging your core, engaging your glutes. Thinking as if there was a block between your thighs. So they're not in, but they're also not spread out, trying to keep them about hip distance apart. Take 2 more breaths here. And then gently exhale, come down. Bring your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around them, and rock side to side. Really feeling yourself, giving your legs a hug. And then gently extend your legs long on your mat. Allowing your feet to fall out to the sides, your hands to come down by your sides. Coming into Savasana. Taking a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, side out. One more time, deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Come to complete rest. You can stay here in Savasana for as long as you'd like. Or if you'd like to come out, you can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Expanding your breath, making it a little deeper, maybe taking a big good morning stretch. And then when you're ready, gently bringing your knees into your chest and rocking over to the left or the right, whatever feels better, coming into fetal position once more. Allowing yourself to check in again. Noticing how you feel compared to the start of class. And then coming back to your intention that you set. How can you nurture yourself? What do you need to nurture yourself? And then begin to envision a clear quartz crystal surrounding you. In this space, you are safe. You are supported. You are infinitely loved. Feel that nurturing. Feel that relief. Know that you are enough. And then whenever you're ready, gently pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Inhaling your arms up overhead. And exhaling your hands down to your third eye. May you be divinely guided, and may you trust your flow of intuition. Bringing your hands to your lips for clarity of speech. May you speak words of truth, words of love, and words that nurture yourself and those around you. And bringing your hands to your heart for clarity of action. May everything you do come from love. May you love yourself. May you love others. And may you love the world. Thank you for practicing with me today and taking time to nurture yourself. The light in me sees, honors, and recognizes the light in you. Namaste.